Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Katana Zero Let's Play. I am extremely happy to be presenting this game. This is one of those games which, if it's your jam, you just kind of know it from the start. I've heard it compared to Hotline Miami, and I can certainly see the inspiration there. I'd also say it has echoes of Deadbolt, a game that I love, Ronin, and even Undertale in sort of the way that sort of the text is handled. I just like it so much. It is a delightful cyberpunk romp, I'll say. It is very like 80s, early 90s aesthetic. You'll see as we go along. I think the best way to tackle this is really in media res, so without a whole lot of further to do, we'll have a lot more to say story-wise in the thread, but let's just jump in to see the gameplay. Speaking of in media res, that's an interesting way to start. So let's be on the lookout for some masked men. You see we have a certain amount of time to react to things. If we don't react in time, then the reaction just happens without our input. It's a nice way to get you to be a little jumpy. And here we are. Check out this gameplay. Time slows to a crawl immediately. We are given the prompt to slice, and we reflect the bullet just like that. So this is us. This is Mr. Zero himself, the Katanaman, or whatever his name ends up being. We can jump, we can slice, we can just slice all over the place. I am deeply sorry to confirm that we will be Naruto running for the whole game, so we're a big weeb in a bathrobe slash. I know it's not a kimono, but I don't know what the term for the Japanese dress is. We're definitely supposed to be samurai inspired. Here is the idea. Look at that background, will you? The graphics and the music are definitely high points in the game. So we run, we can drop, we can boot open doors. We can, if we ran up and mashed our face against it, we would kick it open, or you can slice it open. We can also dodge roll like that. Communicating through this game, you can prompt people before they really talk and sort of disrupt them. I'm not going to be doing that too much in my first playthrough. I'm basically going to play this the way I played it through the first time, which is to say, relatively cooperatively. I'm sort of just a general milquetoast nice guy usually the first time I play a game. So, we're some kind of agent. We're set to free a scientist. We got precognition, and we are going to use it. And yes, we will be using it on everybody. So the precognition is kind of a complicated concept, but they introduce it well enough that it makes a lot of sense. Before we start a mission, Baby Driver style, we always put on our music. I was going to say on our iPod, but I guess that shows my age. Good gravy. So just like before, we can slice. We have precognition, which is to say we plan all of this out in our head before we do anything. If we alert a guy and he punches us and he kills us, then what happens is we just restart it. We're just like planning this all out before we do anything. And so that's kind of a neat idea to me, that like this is all just taking place in our mind. I'm like, what if I jumped around like an idiot and sliced? But also, what if I broke open the door and did a roll behind somebody and slice backwards? That's something we're going to do all the time. There's also a kitty in here. Fun fact, petting the kitty was added after the game was released because there's a website that tracks whether or not you can pet animals in games. Also very cat-like, it gets sick of you. But they noted that you could not pet the cat in Katana Zero, so that was literally patched in. And once you beat a section, then that's sort of your character thinking, yes, this is actually what I will do, and then they do it. This looks more impressive the more complicated things get, because it's more than just killing like 3 guys. We will be going so much slower than we possibly could. There will be a speed run of this game that I'll do, I'm reasonably sure. So dodge, you get iframes while you're rolling, so you can get through these here. You can pretty much work out what these lasers and bullet triggers do, they all just kill you. Notice that you can drop really fast in the middle of a jump. You don't have to float through a jump, which is nice. Again, we can always just skip through. I like the idea that it's like you're watching a security footage after the fact of what happened. Enemies don't really follow you, so if I dropped back down here, his friend wouldn't have been able to follow me. If you wall jump, which you can also do, that will also take you through a laser, but just regular jumping will not. You're not going fast enough. So let me show that off. See, he just doesn't know what to do. He still sees me, so he'll try to punch me when I come back up, but it doesn't matter. Okay. There, we're stopping time. It's a very nice little mechanic. don't go through the fan without time slowed. Interestingly, because you get iframes, you just kind of bounce off if you try to do that just yourself regular. Whenever the fan is red, this actually doesn't come up as much as you might think based on this kind of intro section, but when the thing's red, still can't touch it. It just helps you get through. It's a neat way to introduce you to the idea of time slowing. You notice that the battery up here drains as you slow time, it refills as you stop. Also, you have a limited amount of time per segment. Both of those have narrative backing behind them and a story that we will go into later. The game is very good about integrating its narrative with its gameplay mechanics, which is nice. Come here. And it looks like we made it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the scientist we're meant to save. Next to a picture of himself? Surely not. You know what? I'm going to interrupt him here just so you guys can see what it's like. He starts quipping about, oh, I thought it was the pizza delivered. No. We got to go. Definitely like a Dr. Light looking kind of guy, huh? Or an Einstein, I suppose. Well, you know, we aim to please. So, he has a life bar, as you can see. Not everybody's favorite part is a escort quest. And it turns out it's not ours either. No, this evil Russian got in our way. I like every main character in this game, I think. I'll talk more about some of them later when they come up, but like this guy I like for sure. So he sends his goons after us. You know, if he was clever, why can't we be too? Yeah, we just turn on those. We could also have fought them. There was no reason we wouldn't have won, but you know, no reason to put up with that if we didn't have to. The game definitely rewards you for situational awareness, and I really like that. There's, you know, he had on like an explosive collar, I guess, or an explosive chip in his brain, something. I don't know. I didn't really feel like there was a lot of options there. Now, look at this. The piano music in the background, the crumbling, rotting, brutalist architecture, you know, with these like our apartment's just a mess. The youth are doing their dancing next door. This is cyberpunk in one image here. I mean, there could be more futuristic stuff, I grant you. But we'll get to that as we go through the game. The punk aesthetic is down pretty well right now. This is not a place. I do like that we have our little herbal tea, even in our apartment that's a real mess. We have a naginata, I assume that is, and like a katana and a samurai outfit and one of those flag things they put on their backs. We're a big. We're not even really a weeb. It's more Kurosawa and less Naruto or whatever, except for our run. We can't yell at them to shut up, but boy, that would be awful. Just a thin wall away. Well, let's see what the news is tonight. Yes, I suppose that is true. The city is split into districts, as you might expect of, you know, ye olde megacore. The third district where we're in is, surprise, surprise, not great. Police are tight-lipped. They probably know it's not gang-related, right? Because, like, we sliced everybody up with our sword. So the city's name is New Mecca. That has prompted some people to assume that this is in the Middle East, which there's no reason not to think that, I guess, if this is supposed to be, you know, Earth. I'm not entirely sure about that. That said, a coolant leak, which means you can't use any water for an amount of time. That seems not great. It certainly seems like the infrastructure, could be better. A lot of this electronic stuff doesn't exactly look safe. Juncture is it's either the government or a massive megacorp. And the dragon's on the loose, so good odds on us either fighting the dragon or being the dragon. It's not entirely clear which. It certainly wouldn't be impossible that we would be the dragon. It just depends on who we're an agent of, I suppose, and how official they are. News is starting to repeat, so let's get ourselves to bed. Guess we're playing catch, I suppose. We have control of the boy, so I guess that's us. And there appears to be some thing in the corner and another person. And, oh, gosh. Yeah. 9 days. All right. We are coming up fast on something. Check out this. Check out this office with the gothic architecture, the antlers, the red sky or tinted glass, I suppose, and the purple curtains. What an office. You can be rude to this guy, and we'll do that in another gameplay. So they've been trying to take me off of some kind of medication. Let me just say I had a nightmare. And I'm likely to see hallucinations. So, there you go. Let's say I'm playing catch. And the girl runs. Who's going towards the machine, I suppose, in the right part of the room. Okay. So it seems like this guy's trying to help us work through some stuff. That's not immediately sinister. Is it really necessary to have that fire going in the background? I guess I don't know what the temperature is, but that's fine. Also a syringe of some kind? A syringe that seems to briefly slow time, maybe? He does track whether you're cooperative or not, and that does have some effects. Again, we'll go through with a uncooperative gameplay. It actually is a bit different, which I appreciate that there are in fact branching paths. Finance and Trisha. I wonder if the green text is like nice, and red text is more warning or scary or something. So he said we'd also get a file, and we would have something to do, a little dossier. The J note, probably for juncture. And yes. So in addition to being our psychiatrist, apparently this guy is somewhat of our handler. Who knows exactly who he's for, but we're going for somebody who's the chairman of the New Mecha Foundation for Post-War Reconstruction. So he's a smuggler, I guess. He did some bad things. And here we are in the old murder hotel, the Murdower Hotel. Some nerd reading a paper there. I like this interaction so much. Thank you. You can just try to push past her, but you know what? I'm going to go with it's cosplay. See, that's sort of what I mean about the text. I love how they emphasize things, and I love that you can say Pikachu. But no. We're Shinju Sakamura from XVX Sakura Redux 2. Sakura Redux 2, I suppose. I mean, we made it up, so it's whatever I say it is. Both of these are incredible options. Yeah. Oh, it's far too patrician. Yeah, thanks. So sweet talking your way past her actually does have some nice effects. For one, she doesn't suspect you of anything. She seems like a nice lady. But now that we're past her, it's time to get serious. Put on our headphones. Alright. So we're here to find that billionaire. Let's just take the direct no. Well, he seems to think we're the dragon. Keeping our little metagame spectacles on, of course, that's no guarantee that we actually are the dragon. Again, if we had gotten killed by the elevator there, that's why they call it precognition rather than, just uh, great battle sense, because there's no way we would have known there were people in the elevator. We actually have some kind of oracular power there. So you can see what we were trained by to do catch in the dream, and I really like that was our training. You can throw things with the right mouse button. Throwing is incredibly powerful. So check it out. We've mostly been fighting these big old fist beef boys, but these ones here, these guys have a little weapon. It's like a crowbar or a small, like a short sword or something like that. They're still melee based, but I'm trying to get one of them to do it. They swing it at you when they get close to you. I think I've just learned to hit them well enough that I kind of don't trigger them anymore. But if you cross blades with them, then you get stunned for a second, and so do they. You recover before they do, but they are just a little bit more dangerous. If there's multiple people around, then let's listen to this. Who'd win in a fight, the dragon or strong Terry? Strong Terry never skips leg day. Yeah, that is relatively compelling. Yeah, I guess we would. Well, I guess we'll never find out. Oop. You can always slow time to give yourself a bit of an edge there. You can see them swinging their swords, but none of it was any good. So, we do want to plan things out a little bit. You see, we have a thrown weapon here. We'll kill this guy just by booting open the door. So we'll boot it open, throw the lamp at the pompadour guy, the rockabilly guy. We'll do a little roll under the second guy, slice him, then grab the bottle for use later. Easy as that. Now we have ourselves a bottle. Rolling past one picks one up for you. You can see guys will not advance past the laser, having no reason to want to die. If we try to roll past, he will punch at us, so we'll just throw something at him to deal with that. People with guns, of course, will... There we go. There's that ting. I've just gotten so used to rolling behind them and slicing that it's almost kind of second nature. I'm going to be running past a lot of the scenery, not half as, or even a fifth as fast as I'll do during the speed run, of course, but everything is very well appointed and animated and everything. It's a really pretty game. The color use is really nice. So, I probably should have thrown the cleaver at the pompadour man there. Nothing to do in the elevator for now, but that just means that I can use it later. There's not much going between levels in the game. You're not really sure what they're introducing and is going to show up a lot and what is not going to show up a lot. These multiple levels is not so common. Okay, so we've got two people that we really don't want to have to deal with much, so let's surprise one, throw the bust at the other. Easy life. This'll be the guy, this'll be Josh. Interesting. More than one of you, huh? So he was involved in post-war reconstruction, and apparently something pretty bad happened during the war. Gosh. One wonders if we weren't some kind of agent created during the war. Perhaps they gave us these precognitive abilities. I'm going to call that a successful mission. Sure. So you wonder then, is it true that we're getting our missions from the government. I mean, is it, is I guess they're juncture related, which seems government related because we have the J on our dossiers. Um, maybe they're not talking about us because of plausible deniability. If we get killed, that's just kind of on us. the the other guy in the elevator is still in there. I like that a lot. And here is where it was good that we sweet talked our way past Miss Receptionist to begin with. Well, we have to remember what we said earlier. It's cosplay. Apparently she was paying attention. Remember, it was Shinju Sakamura from XVX Sakura Redux 2. I really like that a lot. Thank goodness the poor quality cosplay act was repealed. Where would we be in such a world? Thanks, ma'am. Wonder if we'll ever run into her again. Yeah, for all they know, I hucked the guy right off the balcony. So, he died. That was really the only thing. We weren't supposed to, get anything from his body. Yeah, this is definitely our apartment building. It definitely sucks here. Could have sworn I heard... Oh, Oop. Sorry, little girl. I am sorry. No, those would be the people partying next to me. I'm the guy that just would have the news on. Yeah. She's so great. I like this. I like every main character, I think I said. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess so. I love her so much. Great. Alright. Yeah. There we go. Possibly a little friendship blossoming there. The news is still on. Looks like they're all partied out next door. No doubt just crashing down from the high. So, more questions than answers this first day. We're certainly involved in something relatively large here. I guess we've probably been killing people the whole time we've been at the psychiatrist, which has been at least for a few months. I wonder what we did before that. I wonder how long ago the war stopped. I wonder what the deal is with us, basically. Wonder what that shadowy poster on the wall is all about, and where we got all of this Japanese stuff. Yeah, I suppose you would think it was a coordinated large-scale attack, on account of we are just a murder machine. Oh, that's never what you want to hear. You never want to hear that a sanitation engineer is going to tell you how to lose weight. That's not... Yeah, alright. Is it okay if I don't? Yep, that's all. And I think these first two missions are going to cut it for us for this first playthrough. I love playing this game, so I hope you all enjoy watching it as much as I like playing it. I'll certainly like showing it off. Check out that machine, and there's the scientist, and oh, life's bad. Yeah. See you next time, everybody.